Hello and good evening. I hope everybody is having a good day. Who likes Saturdays? No one? Okay. Anyway, good evening, and wherever you are in the world, good evening. Just to tell you that we have got um, some guests on tonight. We have got our first guest tonight is Stu, and he'll be on in a minute. He's Goldcrusher, Goldcrusher. You've probably seen him on when he got talent, and when he was pulling a tram and a bus and everything. Gosh, I bet that is really hard to do, isn't it? When you've got to push a kind of like a, well, you're pulling. He was actually pulling a tram and then pulling a bus. So we're going to see that when he comes on, and I'm going to ask him how does he do it? Is there any tricks behind it? Whatever, we're gonna get some stuff out of him today. Later on, we're gonna have Jane Buckle on, and we're talking about a subject close to my heart. We're talking about a local church near Jane, in Hungerford. Nearly got robbed the other day. They tried to take one of the statues and everything. So we're going to talk to her about that. And also, we're going to talk about some other stuff too. So stay tuned. I'm just waiting for Stu at the moment to get back to me. And in the meantime, if you've got any questions or anything to ask, please let me know. Hello, Mark. How are you? So yeah, so Saturday for me really is kind of like it's a good day for me. On Saturday is a good day for me because the football's on and I can kind of like just relax and watch the football. Then all of a sudden I can just chill out. Now I've got a person on tonight called Stu, and the thing I can't understand is how does he pull these trams and these buses? I'm going to ask him right now. Good evening.
Well, carry on, Steve.
So I just can't understand it, right? That you must have a lot of strength to pull these trams and these coaches because, mate, I won't be able to do it.
Well, you took your first start off. Then when I was training, uh, what happened? I was training down the gym, powerlifting, and I used to look at these strong men, thinking I'll never be able to do that. But from there, I met up with a bloke called Dan Cooper, Dan Earthquake we used to call him, and we joined partnerships, and we set up a show in Chetnall, a strongman show. We had a few bits of concrete and nothing really. And the show was a success. That was for charity. And then from there, it actually built. People donated the stuff and this, that, and the other. And from pulling the tram in 2003, that was 19 ton on harness, to double decker buses, to whatever. Then it's just amazing. But the thing is, we're all getting older.
Of course we are, yeah. How do you do it, Stu? Because I know you kind of like you went to the gym and everything, and but you must have a lot of power behind you to do things like that.
Well, you're talking. I used to train. There used to be a bloke called Ray Gamma. We used to call him Del. His name was Del, and he was a diabetic. So he used to train with us, and from there to keep his blood pumping, really. But he used to jump on my back, and I used to walk him up a mile and a half uphill, and that's what they call sumo training. Because
Gosh.
sumo training is where you've got the body size and the power, but you're training lower back and forearms to lift something off the floor. Because size is power.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I'm a big sized bloke, right?
Yeah.
But I'm a wimp, right? Now, would I be able to pull a bus?
With your body with your body weight, if you wanted to move something, you could move it quite a lot more easier than a small thin man. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. But would I damage myself in doing it if
The
I've been to the gym like you and stuff like that?
the thing is, people go down the gym and they train on weights. But I was taught by a bloke called Adrian Rollinson, and Adrian was ranked the eighth. I ended up training with Adrian Rollinson, who was classed as the eighth strongest man in the world. And he taught me, don't matter if you're going in a gym on small weights or large weights, always wear your body protection, your knee supports, your elbow supports, and your back supports, because you've only got one back. And if you damage that back, then you still got that back for the rest of your life.
Yeah. I'm going to show everybody now a video of you, and I was gobsmacked. This is the first time I saw this today. And yeah. Just want to show everybody this video. So tell me what's happening here then. So you're pulling this bus,
Yeah,
and so how many people was on the bus? Just the driver, was it?
just the driver, because the bus is 11 ton.
Right.
It's an
Okay.
11-ton bus. Now, this is American tractor unit, but out of a double decker bus and a single decker bus, the single decker is harder to pull because the gravity is lower to the ground.
Right. So you really then you've got to go right to the ground, have you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You bend your legs and you arch it back into it, and your body is going zero tolerance.
Gosh.
Now, this tram, usually when people go to Blackpool, they get on the tram with the kids and drive from one side of Blackpool to the other. Now, I've actually pulled this on harness. This was 19 ton on harness, and I did this one for cancer research. Plus, as well as that, uh, I'm the only man to pull it in the last 100 years. So my picture's gone down in the Hall of Fame Blackpool Tower for that one.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah. Yeah.
cancer research.
Yeah. Because you raise a lot of money too. Because
Yeah,
all these events that you do, you actually do it for for charity, don't you?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's nice to be in a position to help others, Steve.
Yeah. Of course it is.
It ain't all about yourself. You know
No.
what I
Of
mean?
course it is. Of course it is. I want to get away from that for a minute. I want to talk about your day job because you do security, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. I'm a frontline worker, protecting the shops. Yeah,
That's it. Yeah. Um, just a couple of questions for you. Don't I want to talk about the coronavirus. How you been coping through the coronavirus with all about the shops and everything and what's been going on?
well, it's been hard work because they've been queuing outside the shops. They've been fighting in the queues. People can be arrogant, and they don't like authority. So I've even seen them fighting in a shop over reduced food.
Right. So they were fighting because of reduced food.
Yeah, I have to step in and tell them, right? The one bloke picked up 6 boxes of things, and this other girl come across and said, "Well, I want one of them. I've been waiting for them as well." And he says, "Well, I've got them." So I have to step in and separate them and say, "Right, you're having half, and you're having half."
Gosh, God.
And also, I'll be on the front line. You're talking a bloke. There was a bridge just not far from this shop. This Jamaican chap tried to chuck himself off the bridge. So I left the shop and I went across to him and I stopped him from jumping off the bridge.
Well done. Well done.
And also, I called the police. The police came. I have sent them pictures over to you as well.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I
So,
will. I will use that. Well done for that. Well done because at this moment in time, mental illness as well
yeah.
is really bad. It's. I know you're a supporter, and I know your film company.
Yeah.
With everyone else, is a main supporter for
Hello,
that.
I'm Focal View Productions. I work alongside my business partner, Wayne Adjuani. Is You're talking cinematic photographer. Uh, Absolutely brilliant. He's under Fab's Images.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also work alongside Neil Simon. Yeah,
Yeah.
Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is Target Films in London. So the three of us are teamed up, and all sorts of amazing things are going to be happening.
Yeah. You can't tell us what's been happening, what's going to happen, or do you have to keep that under your hat for a second?
Well, we're doing through Neil. We're doing one project called Tier 4. That's based on things what are happening in lockdown, and then also you're talking me and Wayne. We're gonna be doing a film called The Job. I'm going to be using London actors on that one. The first set's in London, and then it comes back to Birmingham. So we're going to be filming in Birmingham and Wolverhampton as well.
Right. Okay then. Okay. And all these films that you're doing at the moment, then is it awareness films or is it just like um to to see how far you can go out there in the film industry?
Well, you're talking. My dad passed away.
Yeah.
Well, my dad, I had to stop. I did have to stop my charity work. I had to stop my work on the front line and my charity work and my training because my dad was 86 years old. He had come down with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So I had to look after him for a year and a half. So everything was on standby, everything was on hold.
Hmm.
From there, he passed away, and love it, rest in peace, passed away. He left me a bit of money. So I went out and I brought Cinematic Black Magic 4K. And from there, teamed up that with Wayne, all Wayne stuff, his
Hmm.
drone and his lighting studio and the rest of it. And between the two of us now, we're a unit that can go anywhere and do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's really good because when you can kind of like when a group comes together and they're good at what they're doing, you'll be able to get the work and you'll be able to show your talent and it probably go to festivals and it'll probably go to mainstream television.
Well, me and Wayne, we're also doing AKA get nice and weapons off the street. So we're advertising that as well,
Well
trying to
done.
get trying to get knife banks in certain different areas.
Yeah, well done.
We're,
We
we're in the
um,
Midlands.
yeah. Well, I tell you what, my hats off to you because we support that on here, and we kind of like totally agree because there needs to be more knife banks going around because knife crime is getting really bad at the moment, due through coronavirus.
But what I've also done, Steve, is I've worked alongside the world famous Donna's Dream House in Blackpool,
All
and
right, yeah.
let Len Curtis, very good mate of mine. I think I've raised the Dream House about 8,000 for terminally ill children. But I've also worked alongside Promise Dreams in Wolverhampton.
All
So
right.
what I've done is the two terminally ill children charities, right, well, don't even know about each other. So I've teamed the two charities up, and now I'm sending all the terminally ill children from the Midlands and Shropshire over to the Dream House for free holidays in Blackpool. I send them out in limousines to the Blackpool Tower, what's now owned by Merlin. Well, my mate James Truelove works for Merlin, and James has helped us out on a few tickets for these terminally ill children to go into the Blackpool Tower.
Well done. Well done.
You
So
know,
you're
we do
doing.
a lot of stuff behind the scenes as well.
Of course you do. Yeah, and many people don't see that, do they? Many
No,
people don't see
no,
what you do behind the scenes and everything, and that's what. And
yeah.
and hopefully very soon, we do hope that all what you do will come out and it will flourish and everybody will be able to see what you're doing because
Well, I also going to use my cameras for. I still do my charity work, so if any charities out there want a film done on their charity, then all they're going to do is contact you or me and Wayne, and we're willing to help.
we'll definitely put that on our website for you. We'll definitely do that.
Yeah,
When you when you're doing your security guard,
yeah,
and when you're at work and everything, and you're working with supermarket, do there are there people still breaking the rules?
yes. What happens? What happens is the government are saying everybody's got to wear a mask, but the
Right,
police are talking the the shops or the security firms are not enforcing it.
right.
Right, so we can't make the customer wear a mask. We can, when they come to the front door, we can offer them a mask, give them a mask, but we can't enforce them to wear a mask. The police can come into the shop, and if they see you in the shop without a mask on, they will fine you.
I thought it was law now that they got to wear a mask in a
No,
shop.
no, no, doesn't work like that, Steve.
Well, my wife when she goes to Tesco's,
Yeah.
she's got to wear a mask in Tesco's.
Mm. Well, you're talking some shops not even enforcing it. I on the first lockdown, I told somebody coming into a shop they've got to wear a mask, and I
Mm,
was told by my head office I can't do that.
yeah, yeah,
Not going to say any names about head offices or what for legal reasons, but I was
yeah,
told.
yeah, yeah.
I was told that can't tell them to wear a mask. Can't enforce them to wear a mask. You can offer them a mask to wear, but you can't enforce it.
Gosh,
And
unbelievable.
I've also, Steve, right? I'll tell you now. I stood there in a shop and I watched somebody in a queue take the mask off, cough and sneeze in their hands, put the mask back on, and then they walk in the shop and they pick up a cornflakes packet, a
Mm,
cornflake packet. They look at it, decide they don't want it, and then put it back on the shelf. You come along and you pick it up, you're contaminated.
of course, yeah, yeah. Well, the trouble is, I think people are starting to kind of like don't care no more. Basically, they
Well,
sorry about the tongue.
you get a lot of arrogance as well. You're talking with the younger ones.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm exempt, I don't have to wear a mask.
yeah, yeah.
Right? And
But
they might be like that till they catch it.
yeah, I know. But they don't care, do they?
No.
You know what I mean? People don't care, and at the end of the day, everybody is at risk at the moment during the COVID. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah, I know. I know.
But people, let's go through some questions for you. Here we go. We've got Mark come up. I love Saturday, Steve. So do I when the football's on, mate.
You're okay. Football. I
Yeah,
never. Sometimes I don't have time because, like I say, I'm on the front line working to even watch the football. You know what I mean? I am.
yeah. Yeah, we're just
Pete,
coming up.
Pete, come in. It's all right. Somebody's at the door.
All
It's
right.
okay. It's all right.
Have you done any other shows with Power Muscle?
Uh, Recently, while lockdown's on, I've done absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all apart from work.
Yeah, because everybody's they shut down for filming at the moment, didn't they?
It is.
Everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Hello, Stu and Steve. Hello, Jane. How are you? Okay. Um, you're stronger. You're stronger than women. All right. Okay. Well, actually, what do you think about that?
What's that,
About
Steve?
about men are stronger than women. Do you think men are stronger than women?
Well, you're talking in the olden days. There was an Icelandic woman actually picked up the Usafel stone and she carried it across the course. And in them days, you're talking the main person of the household. Is that the farther they can shift the stone, they was the number one in the household.
Gosh, gosh.
1 minute,
Because
Steve. I've just got to go to the door. 2 seconds. So one
yeah,
minute.
yeah, fine, yeah, fine.
Sorry about that, Steve. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. So because I see a lot of I
Ice-
see
Icelandic legend. You've got the Usafel stone. And then you've got the nowadays Britain's strongest man. You've got the Atlas balls.
right.
Right now,
Okay.
I actually built these balls, and they work from 15 stone up to 30 stone. Well, my training instructor at the time, Adrian Ronison, used to lift the 30-stone ball, bounce it on his stomach, and then power it up above his head. And you've got to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
And Andrew Stumpy Rains, he was on Britain's Strongest Man. He's only a little thing. When we done the show in Dudley with Aid, he actually lifted a 30-stone ball on his fingertips.
Yeah.
You got to appreciate it. When I was in the hits of the UK Strongest Man, that's when I first started strongman. That one was with Jeff Capes. I was lifting off the floor there, 30 stone. Now,
Right.
Britain's Strongest Man, they're lifting 50 stone on the farmer's walk. I wouldn't even have to lift it. It'd be on the floor, that was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the scale of strongman, on the heats of the UK, that's the first step. Then it goes Britain, then it goes world. It's 3 different levels. But until you see these boys in action, you appreciate it. But nowadays, I do my own little thing. I've got my own little strongman charity roadshow going all over the country. That's out 158,000 for charity.
Right.
And from there, you're talking, if you ask me to do a charity, then I've got the kit and the cameras and the film crew to help that charity out nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, tell me what was happening with this. You know when you um, what was I going to say to you? Look, when you use this film company for, do you ever use this film company when you're doing like strong man things?
Yeah, we can do because, like you see, if I get called out guest appearance, like Rocky Toriani in London, I was on film set and I heard about this Rocky, this bloke in London, and his mate was an RAF veteran. He got knifed to death, left a beautiful wife and a daughter. So Rocky was setting up this show in London. So I heard about it on film set. What I did is I came back here and just phoned him up out the blue on Messenger. He never even knew who I was or nothing. I says, Rocky, Stu Goldcrusher here. I says, I've heard about your show. You're RAF veteran. He went, yeah. I says, you're doing a show. I says, well, I'm going to dedicate my time to you free of charge. I'm going to bring the Anton Deck lift down to London for people to sit on to raise you money, like the kids and the family. So me and Wayne Azuani went to London and we performed in London for Rocky's show. I met Joe Egan, who I'm a very close friend with now. Terry Holland was there, world's strongest man, Terry Holland, the man from Uncle, and fantastic show. And I lifted some people on the Anton Deck lift there, and since I did that show free of charge for Rocky, half of London has added me on Facebook.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Still adding me from today. Friends requests are coming in, and that's 2 years later.
Now, let's stop there, and let's watch Anton Deck.
Oh, Anton Deck, they're my favourites.
The acts have been going through at a rate of knots, and the judges seem almost whispered happy.
There's plenty more acts to come. Can they keep up the good work? We're about to find out.
Someone else that's hoping he'll have something to celebrate today is 43-year-old doorman, builder, and all-round man mountain, Stuart the Goldcrusher Goldsmith.
I'm here today, Britain's Got Talent, to show you my strongman talent. Britain's Got Talent!
Dad of one, Stuart, has dedicated the past 15 years to his talent, and today he's fighting fit and convinced he's going to overwhelm the judges and take that coveted prize.
To win Britain's Got Talent and appear at a variety show in front of Prince Charles would be absolutely fantastic. The body is going to be going zero tolerance, but I'm going to be giving it 100% because I want the title of Britain's Got Talent 100%.
Hello. Hi there.
Hello.
And who are you?
My name's Stu, the Goldcrusher Goldsmith.
So what is the act?
Well, I'm going to attempt to go in on this 22-stone Atlas ball. And also, as well as that, a super yoke lift.
Okay, off you go.
God, listen.
May I please have Anton Deck to the stage, please? Okay. Anton Deck, yes. Are you ready? Yes. Anton Deck, sit. Are you ready? Left! Take the freak out! Come on, let's have some Britain's Got Talent! Yeah! We love it! Yeah! Now look, this is quite fun.
Okay.
No problem, you carry on.
It's great that you can lift a well-known family personality. It's not very pretty.
Trouble is, Stu, I think that lifting two of the smallest people in Britain is not that impressive.
You are heavy, lad. You're very heavy.
Well, Stuart, that's my problem.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
It's the heavy breathing and the faces you do.
Okay, relax.
Yeah.
What was going on at
I mentioned Dennis in a minute. Hi, Steve.
Yeah.
That takes me back in time.
Well, at the end of the day, that was really impressive. That was well done for that.
Well, I'd like to just say a few things. When you're talking, I was up at 6. I was up at 6 o'clock in the morning. We loaded the vans, me and the marshals. We loaded the vans. We drove over to Birmingham. We got to Birmingham for about 8ish in the morning. I took all the team and the roadies for a breakfast. Cost me a fortune. Then we got on set. You're talking in Birmingham. And from there, we loaded all the stuff. And I said to the security guy, I says, what time's Anton Deck going to be here? They said, 12:30. I went, okay. What time's Simon going to be here? They says, 1 o'clock. Well, this would have been the following day. And then 1 o'clock when they turned up, you're talking, I didn't go on stage to 5:30 on the afternoon. What they've got to realise is, me and all the roadies, Mark Brittle was one, and Dennis Killian was another. He helped me out. They're actually the ones standing behind the super yacht lift, marshalling it. We was all sitting on the chairs, falling to sleep. And television doesn't realise when you're picking a 22-stone Acmus ball up, you need to be awake, because if you drop that on your foot, you ain't going to have a foot. Right, so what happened then? I was in the back warehouse, and there was all these film cameras everywhere. And I said to this bloke, he had a big camera on his shoulder, teared dirty jeans. I says, well, I would like Anton Deck, but if I can't have Anton Deck, I'll have them two beautiful blondes in the audience. And he says, you'll have them two blondes in the audience. I says, yeah, because that's what I am, family entertainment. And he went, okay. And he says, well, I hope you realise if you have Anton Deck and you win the show, everybody's going to say the show's a fix. And I said to him, I says, I'm not here to win it. And he looked at me. I said, I'm not here to win it. I says, I'm here to steal the publicity. And he says, you're not here to win it. You're just here to steal the publicity. I went, yeah. And that's when they let me have Anton Deck. And believe it or not, all them roadies, as soon as they knew I'd got Anton Deck, boom, they was wide awake. Yeah, but I actually went on stage and I was that tired, because when you look at a 22-stone Acmus ball, you need to be awake. But this was 6 o'clock to 5:30 the following day, and I was just shifting all the strongman kit into the van and shifting all the strongman kit out of the van and getting it set up on stage and whatever. Just zaps your energy. And when you've got to be performing in front of 1.8 million people, you can imagine if I'd have dropped that on my foot, I wouldn't have had a foot. And can you imagine what would happen if I'd have dropped Anton Deck, the two biggest celebrities in television? Yeah. But the thing is, I didn't go there to win it. I went there to get the publicity, and it worked. It was in the Bizzery of the Sun, and you're talking ITV2 invited me back, and I lifted Anton Deck a second time as the live show was happening in Studio 2. That was Stephen O'Hearn. I also lifted Stephen as well.
Yeah, well
done. All good.
Well done. Let's go through some questions here. We got. Can you see the question down here? With about Mark left you a question here.
Yeah. Well, when customers turn up and they're not wearing masks, then you're talking, it's the shop's policy and the security firm's policy, what they do. I are just there enforcing it to do what they want to do at their shops. But the police can come in and fine them and this, that, and the other. That's out of my hands, really.
Right. Okay. How about this one?
Well, with my dad being bad, I haven't been able to train. I wasn't able to work or anything because he had Alzheimer's and a catheter and Parkinson's. So when you come out of that, when my dad passed away, and you're talking, you've got to work on the front line with COVID, and all the gymnasiums are shut. It's all about time, really. I keep on saying to my boss, put me back on part time. I want more time to myself to do things around my flat because I live by myself and do a bit of training, slowly get back into it because we're all getting older as well. And that takes a knock-on effect on what you do anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. What are your plans for the future then? Because you've done all this, you pulled buses, trams, you've been on Britain's Got Talent, you've done quite a bit. Now you're involved with Target Films, and what's next for you?
Well, you're talking. We're gonna start. I'm gonna still carry on doing the outdoor events. I'm gonna I'm buying a massive blow-up telly where you get the cinema projector to film onto it, and alongside that we can advertise, aka anti-knife awareness. Donate a bit of money towards that. Target Films will be there advertising their workshop, so anybody come along and work alongside actors and all sorts of stuff. Even guest appearance at schools and colleges, and even if charities want something done, I can turn up and do them. Me and Wayne can do them a show reel to advertise what they're doing. So a lot of hard work behind the scene, the setting up holidays for terminal children, but I still the the most original one for me is the Anthem Decklift. I will still go out and perform with the Anthem Decklift at kiddie schools, hospices, charities, and all the rest of it. And then filming the charities, doing a bit of good within the community. As for the big stuff I used to do, lifting the Aqua Stones and all the rest of it, then I'll back off from that a bit because that will damage your body. Pulling a double-decker bus with all the protective gear on, I can still do that. As for the Anthem Decklift and the stuff like that, okay, but when it comes to farmer's walk and lifting the stones, then that's a serious, heavy work.
Yeah. Totally agree. Yeah.
I am going to still do my guest appearances for the charities, but it's going to be pull a bus or pull a American chapter unit or taking the Anthem Decklift.
Yeah, totally agree. There's just something which I want to ask you. Steroids into people who muscular.
Yeah.
Do you agree with it?
I don't agree with it now. At the end of the day, you're talking for somebody what takes, and that's the difference. Because I've done the lower scale of strongman, the novices, the 105s, and that was Jeff Capes. Yeah, like the UK strongest man. That's like the novices. That's the beginning of a strongman. As you go up through the field, Britain's strongest man, the world's strongest man, then that's a different ball game. Because to even get to their level, you got to be doing something.
Yeah, of course.
I was never at that level. Even though I have done, I can pull a double-decker bus or pull the tram in Blackpool. I don't agree with steroids.
No, I don't.
No,
No,
don't agree with them.
no, they're totally. I don't know why people
I
take
don't
it
agree
out.
with. I don't agree with drugs either because my close friend Mark Spate, he was on CBBC, Smart on the Road, Scratchy. Then he actually, the police tried to arrest him for drugs, but no charges were brought against him.
Mm,
And okay, what happened to Natasha was sad. Yeah, but he went to hung himself at Paddington Station in London. Used to be my schoolmate. He did.
gosh.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? CBBC One, Smart on the
Yeah.
Road.
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah. Yeah. I've lost a lot of people about drugs. I don't. I'm totally against it. I've got a lot of friends who used to take it, and I,
Yeah.
we want, we want to have it in the house. We want to have it anywhere near us.
No,
We're
no.
totally against it. You know what I mean? But the trouble is, though, you can't. The trouble is, though, as long as they stay away from me, I don't care. But I do
Wait,
care about them.
yeah,
But it's their choice, isn't it? At the end of the day.
yeah, yeah. It takes me to a young lady what was in Cornwall called Julie. She used to take people in off the streets and help them, and this, that, and the other, trying to help them. And in the end, you're talking the council disagreed with it, so they closed it down. So people, when they're at the most vulnerable on the streets, I've seen it working in Wolverhampton. You've got your homeless people, you've got your mamba, you're talking your heroin addicts, and from there, people like that on the streets are vulnerable. They need help, and this Julie in Cornwall tried to help her, and the government did absolutely nothing for her.
Wow. Mm.
You're talking, she wanted me and Wayne to go down there and film the house where she was putting homeless people up. But in the end, the court got involved and closed it down
Mm.
for trying to help people.
The trouble is, though, see, you know, a lot of people out there at the moment trying to help people, but the trouble is, if it's not the government, it's some other people like, it could be the next door neighbour or somebody,
Yeah,
who don't want people keep on going in and out of, the house all the time, because,
yeah, yeah,
but that's how it goes sometimes, but you can't help everybody. But the trouble is, I've got a thing about churches at the moment where, at this moment in time when it's cold through the winter, I reckon all the churches should open. Now,
yeah,
before we go off on the conversation, 'cause some people will say, yeah, but they go in there and they nick everything and steal everything. All you got to do is put it away. Put
yeah,
it
yeah,
away.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? So put all the stuff away. And I reckon if they open all the churches and everything,
yeah,
I reckon all the homeless situation temporary will be sorted.
yeah. But as I say, with the amazing Neil Simon in Crawley, London, and Target Films and Wayne Adjuani, uh, you're talking Fab's Images, and then I go on Stu Goldcrusher, Focal View Productions, then hopefully somewhere along the line we can help people like that as well.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And and it's good what Neil and you and everyone else is doing. And I wish you all the best of luck doing that. And
Yeah,
it's about kind of like awareness and getting the message out there to everybody,
that's
and
right.
also trying to save lives. We on here we've helped people go to rehab. We've helped people with all sorts. We had people trying to commit suicide.
Yeah, well, I do
So
listen to your show, so I know what you've been up to, Steve. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we do
yeah,
do all that. Anyway, anyway, I tell you what, Stuart, thank you very much for being my guest
No,
tonight.
no problem, sir. Thank you very much.
And you know, all the best for all the future and what you're doing because you're doing a good job. And never
Well,
give up.
you're talking with this lockdown at the moment. Uh, it's been hard work, but all I seem to do is work and go shopping and come back and be bored at the flat by myself. But as soon as we come out of lockdown, we've got about 21 different projects.
Brilliant, really good.
So I'm going to be all over the country.
Great, great. So one day we can meet up very soon
Yeah, definitely.
and have a pint
Oh,
and
we're
a Cornish
certainly going to do
pasty.
that.
And
We're
a
certainly
Cornish
going to do that,
pasty.
sir.
All
And
right.
when I throw my charity balls, won't be yet, then you're on the guest list.
Great, brilliant. Thank you very much.
No problem, sir.
Thank you for your time and see
Yep,
you very
thank you.
soon. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye-bye, Steve. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
There you go. Thank you very much. And that was Stuart. Gosh, can you imagine those great big balls? Oh God, I won't be able to carry one of them. And picking people up. That's really, they're really strong for that. Anyway, thank you very much. There you go. A lot of information, support. Give him a friend request, and keep in contact with him because he's a nice lad. Anyway, thank you, Jane Bucko. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for everybody that's been watching, and Neil and everyone at Target Films and everything. And thank you, thank you for the rest of you who's been watching. Don't forget, 9 o'clock, we got Jane Bucko. And then tomorrow, we got a special guest on. Until then, bye bye.